Math 76, Lesson 13, larger, smaller difference stories, and later, earlier difference stories. These are pretty much the same type of problem in the guise of different areas. So larger, smaller difference just means we're going to have a large amount, a smaller amount, and we need to find the difference. And then later, earlier difference means we're going to have an earlier time, a later time, and then we need to find the difference in time. So we're using subtraction in both of these word problems. And it's the same operation. Both the distinction is amounts versus time. So let's go ahead and start with larger, smaller difference stories. Oh well, and then I forgot. Here is the setup for these. So you take the larger amount, subtract the smaller amount, you find the difference. The abbreviation larger, smaller difference. And then over here we have the later amount minus the earlier amount will give us the difference. Later, earlier difference. Right, so don't forget these two abbreviations, as your book will occasionally ask you for what type of pattern you use to solve your story problems. So go ahead and add these onto your SSM for some and some more, and SWA for some went away problems. Now let's go on to our examples. Whoops, too close, little too close. There we go, that seems about right. So it says there were 324 girls and 289 boys in the school. How many fewer boys than girls were in the school? Were there in the school? So this is going to be a larger, smaller difference because we're dealing with amounts, not times. So let's go to our larger, smaller difference template. And yeah, let's go with blue today. So the larger amount, they tell me there are 324 girls. And there are only 289 boys, so that would be the smaller amount. And they want to know the difference, how many less boys are there. So we've set up our problem, now we just have to subtract. So I'm going to regroup this 20 into a 10, carry the 10 ones over, so now I've got 14 minus 9 is 5. This 10 will not subtract 80, or the 1 will not subtract the 8, so I'm going to regroup this 300 into 200 and give myself 10 more 10s over here. So 11 minus 8 gives me 3, 2 minus 2 is 0, so 35. So the difference is 35 less boys. And that was pretty simple, wasn't it? Now, if some of you are getting daunted by word problems, you need to learn how to single out the important information. All right, so important information here is 324 girls, 289 boys, and how many fewer boys, right? Now let's go to a later, earlier one. Let's see here. They tell us Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809 and died in 1865. How many years did he live? Okay, so let's figure this one out. So our later time is 1865. Our earlier time is 1809. And this is where the time ones differ from the larger, smaller ones. The later time will usually be after as opposed to the earlier time. So let's go ahead and set this up. Oh no, my camera broke. Hold on. Amount is a little loose here. Let's see if I slide over. Will that work better? Yep, that works better. Okay, so again, we're talking about Abraham Lincoln. He was born in 1809. He died in 1865. So the later time is 1865. The earlier time, his year of birth, was 1809. And we want to figure out how many years he was alive, or how many years he lived in. So we go ahead and we subtract our earlier from our later. 5 cannot subtract 9, so I'll regroup this 6 into a 5, carry 10 over. 15 minus 9 gives me 6, 5 minus 0 gives me 5, 8 minus 8 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, so 56 years. 56 years, and that is our final answer. And then, well, actually that's all it is. 4-minute video today. That was nice and short. So larger, smaller difference, larger, earlier difference. Don't forget the abbreviations. And if you guys have any questions, let me know on the school's website, and I will see you in class.